So, very recently, the Isle hordetest received a small update, and within it, there was a small addition to Omniraptor's kit which... let's just say that it got out of hand really quickly. The mechanic in question is a brand new component to pouncing named Grapple. The way it functions is pretty simple. Once a raptor successfully pounces a target, if the conditions are met, the same will get pinned to the ground, unable to move, bug, or do pretty much anything really. The requirements needed to perform that new ability sadly are not clarified, since, much like pretty much every mechanic in the Isle, it is not explained in-game, forcing us to search online and learn about something that should be taught while playing to begin with. But as of yet, it seems that both health and stamina are the two most important parameters to consider, with weight possibly also being taken into account and also the number of raptors latched to the target, though you will see how confusing things get in just a second. In less than 24 hours, the community quickly erupted in dissatisfaction, with entire stress test servers being utterly dominated by omni packs, easily killing everything on sight. But how exactly did this new feature cause this sudden power surge on raptors? Is Grapple that bugged, or is the mechanic flawed in some way? What I just described was what this attack was supposed to do in a vacuum. But unfortunately, that's not what's happening. In reality, what we have been contemplating is a complete and total massacre with absolute no cohesion whatsoever. Dinosaurs being pinned instantly, solo raptors pinning animals 2, 3, 4 times their size, pinning at a distance, babies pinning adults. It has been nothing short of a huge mess. It's broken, overly easy to perform, very difficult to punish someone for missing it, very difficult to prevent it from happening, and it has basically zero counterplay once executed. It is clear as day that there is something wrong with this system. The big question is what? And unfortunately, we don't really know the answer. We don't know all the details about grappling because it's just not taught or explained. We don't know what is a bug and what is intended. Right now, every single flaw I stated seconds ago could be either one, and that makes feedback, the reason why stress tests exist in the first place allegedly, extremely difficult to deliver. Because there's no consistency. There is no basis or source of knowledge about it where everyone has free and easy access to it. And no, a developer posting a text on a Discord server chat does not count. So in this case, I will take everything already mentioned as one big problem, and we will then address it accordingly. First off, we need to understand what should grappling do. What is its purpose, its functionality, in what circumstances should this specific attack be utilized? I believe that most of us would agree when I say that such a mechanic should be based on teamwork. It should be the result of a pack working together and succeeding in performing a collaborative action to take down opponents that a single member couldn't take on its own. I think that it's both fair and what people were expecting out of this. So right off the bat, solo pinning should be an extremely limited occurrence. If the raptor is heavier than its prey, for sure pin it at your heart's content. But soloing a Dilo, a Tenno, a Dibble? No. And not because it's unrealistic or anything of the sort. You need to remember, this is a pack-oriented carnivore. Their advantage is numbers, not their individual stats. A single Omni being able to grapple things like that would just make them ridiculously strong because each member can easily do what it should be a team effort, which is exactly what is happening on a stress test right now. Speaking of easiness, raptors have next to no punishments for missing a pounce. Even if their opponent manages to dodge one, they can immediately pounce again. Not to mention that they can literally do it on top of their target. It requires zero skill, zero coordination, zero strategy, zero team play. If you're in a pack, they will spam the shit out of it until they latch onto you. And trust me, they will. The act of pouncing should be a well thought out, well aimed strike. and missing such a strong and important attack should be punishable. Maybe have a recovery animation where the Omni stays in place for like a second, have a cooldown so you can't spam it, or make the Raptor slide slightly if they miss, taking momentum away so it's easier for their opponent to hit it. People very easily forget, or pretend to, that this is a group-based animal. You shouldn't be strong or dangerous on your own. A pack should. And penalizing poorly executed pounces would promote teamwork and intense collaborative decision making, which would then complement the grapple mechanic even more since now players are used to play in unison as a Raptor pack. The attack itself wouldn't be affected at all, it would be just as potent as before. The only difference would be a higher skill requirement to utilize it properly, instead of the total brainless action that currently is. And lastly, even if pinned, the victim should still be able to do something. Either trying to escape, attack whoever's not latching onto it, trying to buck Omnis off, anything. Taking away the ability to control your dinosaur is not fair, it's not balanced, it's not fun. Being stuck to the floor completely at the mercy of the predator that wants to kill you for almost 15 seconds is just not fun. And it's even worse on the stress test due to how easy it is to pin someone as mentioned prior. For one, grapple should be a smooth and gradual transition rather than the instantaneous on and off switch that it is at the moment. That process of slowing down, stop and fall to the ground would let the victim know what's about to happen and give them one final chance to get rid of the raptors before it's too late. And once on the floor, there should be a different form of bucking as a desperate measure to survive the situation. Something like the roll Dibble had on its concept art. Doing that at the cost of stamina, food or even health would be perfect. It would provide players the choice of not using it in case they have a herd to help them out and offers a solution for solo players. The mechanic in its entirety does not need to go away like the camera change for example, as the idea does have its use in game. Packs should be scary and taken seriously. You should be afraid of facing an Omni pack and avoid it at all costs. But it shouldn't be a death sentence, and it definitely shouldn't be one-sided as it is right now. At the moment, Omnis are not influenced to work together, they are influenced to hunt in a group. And there is a massive difference between the two. A group of raptors should be only as dangerous as their ability to hunt as a team. And grapple, if done correctly, can be a great reward for taking that kind of gameplay. But at the moment, it is just a mess of a feature that, if not changed, will completely ruin whatever little balance Evrima already had. A huge thank you to my Patreon supporters for supporting the channel and the content I create. If you wanna join the ranks, you can do so for only $1 a month. The link will be in the description. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and opinions down below, join our Discord server, engage with the community, and I hope to see you all next time.